And this time, the Mercury retrograde will be from 5 to 14 degrees Cancer. So it also means, yeah, I guess the first question that comes out is who is
Yeah.
affected by Mercury retrograde and how does it play out? Because this time it is 5 to 14 degrees Cancer. I think it is because I put it in my mini guide. It also
Mm.
means that you have to definitely check out your birth chart to see where 5 to 14 Cancer is, and then really see what houses it falls in, and then that's where the things will play out. So what it really, so the keywords that we learn from predictive astrology is that Mercury retrograde means considering or getting news from the different houses that is involved. So me personally, it is directly in my fourth house. So fourth house is at the home, our comfort zone, our security, and then I have decided that I will actually start applying for citizenship during Mercury retrograde.
Oh, that's
Yeah, so I have decided to do that because, of course, some people might say, "Oh, yo, why are you doing it during Mercury retrograde? Isn't it dangerous?" Because, oh
yeah,
yeah,
no, that's true.
something to talk about. Like, the advice during Mercury retrograde basically is to go back to old things. So for example, rewrite. So if you had someone left a smiley. So if you had like a project in the past, look at it again. So look at anything that was in the past that you haven't really finished. So just relook at them and then just definitely bring more things in the past instead of starting new things. Bring things on the past and to just I don't know. I was gonna blow on it.
Okay. Okay, the way I believe in, because just like, okay, I'm going to answer the question, who is
Yep.
affected? Okay? The way
Mm.
I would like to perceive is everybody on earth is affected.
Yep.
Okay, just that on a different degree. So
Mm.
what do I mean? Everybody is affected. Right? If you look at astrology point of view, it's just like the Mercury retrograde happens somewhere on your chart.
Mm.
Okay, so it's somewhere it is there. So everybody is affected more or less. Okay,
Mm.
but who is more is if if that Mercury retrograde just happens to make an aspect with your natal planets like your original planets that you have.
Mm.
So that would be a stronger effect. But even if not, you can still see that Mercury retrograde happens in your fourth house, which is
Mm.
like our home family roots. And for me, it will be in my fifth house, fifth, sixth, fifth, sixth.
Ah.
Yeah. So it could be things like to do with children, hobbies, gaming, yeah, expressing your
Mm.
interest. So self-expression, I guess. Yeah.
Okay.
So this kind of thing is like everybody will have that effect, just that how strong or or weak lah is that effect. Yeah.
So Mercury retrograde, just be more careful. Definitely be more careful instead of being overly confident. Okay.
Mercury retrograde right now. Okay, so by the way, Mercury retrograde is not always bad lah. It's not always
Mm.
scary. But I mean, it's just true that we tend to have some absent-mindedness. We may think to make extra trips because maybe we took the wrong direction. If you're driving, maybe you drive halfway instead of you miss the exit at on a PIE, then you have to take
Mm.
extra detour lah, or took the wrong bus. So anyway, you can be prevented by being more mindful. But of course,
Mm.
you see, I wasn't mindful of the direction of the train I took. When I wasn't mindful about whether my laptop is charged or not,
Mm.
then such things will happen. But I mean,
Mm.
what's the cost is like 10, 20 minutes wasted, lah, which is bad, but not that bad. Okay. So
Mm.
now, right? Okay, so disclaimer, most of the information or research I got is from our teacher called Tang Qiyang, okay?
哦，原来
From
你这个人
yeah, I must
，no no
disclaimer, but it's not like
yeah yeah
plagiarism,
no no
okay?
yeah
Okay, so for those who actually can understand Chinese, right? I was actually quite highly recommend her lah to listen to her 每月运势, but she speak in Chinese lah. She's from Taiwan. Yeah, so her 每月运势 and then also 每周. So I listen and but you see the value I'm providing now is I do translation, So if people cannot understand Chinese, cannot listen to her, right? Yeah, then yeah, I would just say. So she said something like in this case, which I truly agree is but Mercury is in Cancer, right? Cancer is in a sign of security, okay, being comfortable, being safe. But actually, right, everything got a flip side, So what's the flip of security? Is insecurity, lor.
yeah
Yes, Tang Lao Shi. So what is this Mercury Cancer about, right? It's like Cancer could also be about insecure. Okay,
mm,
when you're
mm,
so sensitive about your securities, right, you might actually feel insecure and fearful for things that are in the future with uncertainty, unknown, and that comes fear and worries. Okay, so Mercury, right, is a very brain and mind thinking, intellectual kind of planet. And what does it mean, right? It's like we will not only is everybody, we will tend to think of things that are very scary,
Mm.
fearful, okay? Things that we are insecure about. It could be money, it could be, I mean, I know it's not a money sign, but things that you're insecure about, maybe your relationship, maybe your PR citizenship, or it could be money, it could be your job, yeah, it can be your health. Of course, it's like this is a time where people are feeling fearful. So and the feeling is like when you are reading a ghost story or horror movie, that kind of thing, it's like it feels scary, lor. Yeah, and that is not just one person. Maybe you are
Mm.
not affected by it because, oh, somehow I'm not very cancer or not very watery. Okay, yeah, maybe you don't feel it, but other people around you will feel it now. So if your boss is feeling insecure, right, then imagine what he can do to you. Or maybe your spouse or your girlfriend, boyfriend insecure, then start to suspect you whether you are. Yeah, so there are a lot of things that can happen, even if it doesn't affect you. Like, oh, my chart don't have this aspect. This Mercury retrograde never affect me. Yes, but what if it affect your children, your family members, your co-workers, clients? So this kind of thing, right, is still effect because we are living in a collective society lah. So you cannot say that, oh, this doesn't affect me, yeah, but because indirectly it still does.